In an exclusive interview that shocked fans around the world, Astrid, a Norwegian singer and songwriter known for her soft voice and emotional musical work, finally revealed her long-held admiration for BTS member Park Jim. In an atmosphere full of warmth, he spoke honestly about how Jim has inspired his career and life personally. Astrid was silent for a moment when asked if she had ever tried to send a private message to BTS's Jim. He smiled, hesitating to answer. There was an inescapable honesty vibe about him at the time. I guess even if I try to contact him, I'm afraid it will ruin something sacred. I keep it in my heart, like a painting that doesn't need to be disturbed. Sometimes let or remain to be amazed. Not all flavors need to be reached. Just felt, however, taste itself has transformed into an energy that moves many aspects of his life. As he created the song, Emotion, many did not know that in the silent night of Oslo, while he was writing the song, he was playing a video of Jimin dancing Toy No. He felt what he called a beautiful vibration of pain. There was something in his body expression. When she fell to the ground at the end of the dance, I felt like she was spilling my own feelings. I don't feel alone. That was the point at which Astrid realized that admiration for Jim was not only at the level of art. He found a very deep emotional resonance, even when geographical distances and cultural differences stretched for thousands of kilometers. However, the distance did not preclude the influence that Jim had exerted on him. He doesn't know me, but he helped me understand myself. Another memorable incident was when Astrid admitted to crying backstage. After watching the documentary Break the Silent Star Here, called a moment when Jimin cried, because he felt he wasn't doing enough for his teammates and the fans. The tears are real. There is no script. There is no stage. It was his inner voice when I saw that. I immediately thought, how could someone as sensitive and sincere as that exists in a world of pop music that is often filled with masks and artificial imagery in her musical journey? Astrid admitted that many times she wanted to give up the music industry, tired him. Expectations, pressure, and criticism made his spirits dim, but every time he watched how Jim stood up again after injuries and back pain, how he continued to dance despite the pain, Astrid gained new strength. He never knew that I existed, but somehow he saved me. And I believe there are thousands of people in this world who feel the same. In the studio, Astrid began working on a concept for an acoustic mini-album that she said was secretly dedicated to the one soul I'll never meet. One of the songs he wrote was titled Half of the Moon, a metaphor about one-sided love and silent awe that asks for nothing in return. The song was written in just one night. You danced while the world burned, and I sat there healing from the flames. It didn't take long before fans began to associate the song with Jim, an army from Sweden, even made a video edit that showed Jim's dance pieces harmonized with Astrid's song. The video went viral on TikTok, reaching hundreds of thousands of likes overnight. Astrid liked the video personally and commented, "You found the secret." The public began to wonder, is this a form of tacit love of one artist to another? Does Astrid harbor feelings deeper than mere admiration? But Astrid's answer was always the same. I don't want to claim anything from him. I just want the world to know that he brings light in my darkness. This feeling became even more complex when Astrid was invited by one of the Norwegian radios to play a love song that you have never confessed to whom. That's when he chose to sing the English version of Serendipity, which he translated himself. His voice trembled in the last stanza. Many do not know that Astrid cried while singing the song, not because of the lyrics, but because of the image of Jim's face that kept appearing in her mind when asked by one of the senior journalists if she would still write songs for Jim. Astrid replied, "Maybe all my songs after this are about him. It's just that people don't know." He loves mystery, loves the fact that not all love has to have a voice. He believed that the purest art is one that does not ask for recognition, but he still acknowledged one important thing. If one day we met, there would probably only be a brief smile. But I'll know in that smile there's a long story that's never been told, and that's enough. Armies around the world have begun to refer to Astrid as the Northern Star of Jimin, a symbol of light that is always faithfully gazed at from afar. Many of them create projects to bring the two together in one collaboration that could be not just musical, but emotional and historical. For two worlds that were once far apart, Astrid's music label began receiving requests from BTS fans to allow her to collaborate with Jimin in the future. Big Hit Music has yet to give an official response, but rumors are beginning to spread that Astrid will be invited on HYB's next international collaborative project that connects global artists with BTS members individually. To this day, Astrid still writes, "He still sends the energy in his lyrics to someone who will probably never hear his name, but he has no regrets because, as he says, sometimes loving from afar is not about having, but it's about keeping that light burning in the heart. And for me, the light is called Jim." In Oslo, the night began to fall faster than usual. Soft snow poured down the window of the studio, where Astrid sat alone accompanied by a cup of chamomile tea, and sheets of lyric notes scattered around the caption reads, "Don't say you know me when you only know the part of me that smiles." Asterisk, the line was written after rewatching a snippet of Jim's interview in which he held back tears while talking about the difficult times of debuting with BTS. Those words were not only for Jim, but also for himself. At that point, two souls seemed to merge without ever touching each other. Jim's fans from various countries began to realize that there was a common thread between the lyrics written by Astrid and the emotional narratives that Jim often revealed in his solo songs, Good Lie, Promise, Filter, Until Set Me Free. PT 2. All of them have a double nuance about the search for self-identity pressure and the desire to be understood. Astrid's songs have a similar unease, albeit packed with the melancholy simplicity of Scandinavian pop. "He and I may be worlds apart," Astrid said in a podcast, "but I believe we read the same sky while being heartbroken." Astrid did not stop only at emotional admiration. He also learned how Jimin dances in the video, which was never released to the public. Astrid appears trying to learn the choreography of Lie. His movements are not perfect, but his spirit is real. "I don't want to be like him." He said, "I just wanted to know what it was like to express myself with a body like he did without a single word, but capable of making the world cry." There are days when Astrid finds it hard to continue living life as a public figure. He admitted there was a time when his heart was so broken, and the industrial world was cold and full of manipulation. But every time she read a quote from Jim that said, "I want to be someone who makes others feel loved despite not knowing them," Astrid cried. He said, "It wasn't for me, but I felt, oh my God, it's like a love letter to all lonely souls."